Good morning and welcome to our live crafting session this morning. It is Monday the 26th of February 2024. Good morning and thank you for joining us. If you're watching live, do say hi. It's always lovely to know who's watching with us. And if you're watching on replay or catch up, whether that is here on Facebook or whether that is on YouTube, then a warm welcome to you. If you haven't seen any of my videos previously, my name's Jenny McCormack. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is near the Silverstone Formula 1 circuit, and that is in Northamptonshire here in the UK. Good morning to you, Teresa. I hope you had a great weekend. So thank you for joining me. We have a new stamp set of the week. This is called, as you can see, Blueberry Bunches. And for my coffee and card, I do try and alternate stamping one week and then colouring the next, because I know not everybody is into detailed stamping and not everybody is into colouring. So this is a fairly good way of hopefully keeping everybody happy. So for the last couple of weeks we have done just stamping. So today is, and this week is, a colouring in sort of week, although I do have a design in mind that doesn't actually incorporate any colouring in, so I might have a little go at that if I get the opportunity this morning. It's called Blueberry Bunches and obviously it's designed to look like blueberries, but I think you could change the colour of the berries, and I know not necessarily that the leaves would be right, but you could definitely change these to be red berries, for example, for winter, to look like a cotoneaster or something like that. So you could change these. I'm using, let's see what colours I've got here. I've got Orchid Oasis for my colouring in, but you could use any blues obviously for the blueberries. You could use something with a slightly pink tone as well. You could use Starry Sky, Boho Blue, Night of Navy, any of those, and anything obviously for the leaves. Good morning, Kerry, and good morning to you, Brenda. I should say good evening, Kerry, because Kerry joins us from Australia. And Kerry sent me a photograph of a card that she had cased. Actually, funnily enough, it's this one here. And she'd done a lovely sample of this, so I will pop that up on our Jemini Crafts Facebook page, because Kerry did some great stamping, and she also embossed the background, which looked really stunning. So good evening to you, Kerry. So this is the stamp set that's going to be our stamp set of the week. It is from our January to April catalogue, and it is £22, and you can find it on page 29 of the mini catalogue. For a change, I'm going to be using the postage dies. So these are designed to look like postage stamps. Let me bring it up a little bit closer so you can see that in a bit more detail, because it's lost on my background there. So these set of dies have a whole selection. They're called perennial postage dies. There are 12 altogether, and you start off with this one, which is just short of the size of a card. The one that I'm using today is just slightly smaller, and then they go down, and then there's a couple of square ones, and there's a like a reinforcer here that does the dot and the can't think of the word the reinforcement bit, and then a little tag, and then this little postmark that's embossed. It doesn't cut it out, it's embossed, which I think you saw me use a little while ago, but I can't remember on what it was. Such is life. So that's called Perennial Postage Dies, and I'm just going to be using that for my main focus. I've got a white base card, and I've also got some offcuts of that lovely gingham paper that we have. And this, funnily enough, is Blueberry Bushel and Lemon Lime Twist. And I wanted to show you a way of making your papers go further. So when I've used, because these come as 6x6 pieces, and if you want it for a card front, then you've used basically a sort of a 4-inch piece, for want of a better description, 10 centimeters. That leaves you with another 2 inches or 5 centimeters left. If you use the offcut of that, you can put 2 together like so and create another base. So it's making that go further. What you could also do is cut your 6x6 panel into 3 pieces and then mix and match. I'm saying that because I know I don't have a lot of Blueberry Bushel paper left, so I thought, I know what I can do is I can put those together as the background and then use those 2 colours in my stamping. So let's just put that background together first. So if you've watched me for a while, you know that I when I'm putting 2 or more pieces together, is I like to attach them on the back first, so you end up with 1 piece and then use that piece to go onto your background. And I thought I had some double-sided tape, but I can't see any, but I do have some washi tape here, so I'll just use some of this. And I'm just going to put this on the back like so. So you then end up with 1 panel, and that's a lot easier to then place onto your card. I do need to trim this down, so let's do that quickly. This is going to be trimmed to 14.35, which will give us that 2.5mm border all the way around. So there you see. I'm not going to stick it down because I haven't quite decided which side is going to go where. So that's going to be our base card. Thank you, Kerry. And I already stamped this one out because I hadn't used this set up till yesterday, so I just wanted to stamp one out to see what it looked like. We've got some really nice sentiments here as well. So happy for you, hello there, sending you bunches of birthday wishes and a nice thank you as well. And then you've got the larger stem and the smaller one. So I think what I might do, shall I do the larger one on here? Yeah, I think I will. Let's grab a larger block because that's what it requires. This is, I was going to tell you what block name it is, but I've covered it up with my name. Yeah, I don't know whether it's F, I'll have to look it up. Right, let's ink this up, and I'm going to be using, I'm going to use Early Espresso. I do much prefer this to black. You very rarely see me use black, and yes, unless I need to use Stays On, or obviously I've got a black and white design. So just inking that well up. Now I haven't used this stamp, so I should really stamp it off first, but we're just going to be brave. It's Monday morning. And I might just put this at a slight angle, and then put the for you or the thank you or the hello there on there. There it goes, a lovely nice crisp outline. Let's see, that's a bit, it's the wrong sort of size for you. Would work down there, as would, oops, stuck to me, hello there. I think I'm going to stick with the for you. You could obviously put it on a separate piece. I did get out the other, one of the smaller postage stamp dies, but I don't think I've got a lot of space to add that. So let's just pop this on. This is my little sample piece, so I'm just going to see what that looks like. There we go. That's my for you. Okay, so I'm just going to do some straightforward colouring in. I've got Orchid Oasis to no I haven't. Yes I have. Orchid Oasis to hand. I don't think I have Blueberry Bushel blends pens, but I am going to use Lemon Lime Twist for my greenery, so that it matches this Lemon Lime Twist here. So let's see, this is Dark Lemon Lime Twist. Let's do the leaves first, which I tend to do first. I don't know why that is. Whether it's because I know what leaves look like. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Okay. So I'm just getting my phone ready so I can see what's going on. There we go. Hi Nick, good morning to you. So I've got dark and light, and I'm just going to follow the lines here. There's one there. Just to get a little bit of that detail in there. Obviously you can take more time doing this than I am, because I don't want you to be sat here forever watching me just colour in. Like so. So this is the dark Lemon Lime Twist. There we go, and I think I'm going to do these little heads here. So I hope everybody had a nice weekend. The weather here was a great improvement. We did have showers at the weekend, but it was a definite improvement over all of that rain we had last week. My goodness. So I'm just using, for speed as much as anything, the large brush tip from the light Lemon Lime Twist. So you'll see people use Memento black ink for colouring, which is absolutely fine, but you can also, for inking up and colouring, sorry, with our blends pens, but you can use any of our standard inks as well. You just, our classic inks, you really just want to let them dry. So this is Early Espresso, so don't feel you have to only use Memento ink. Okay, so there's my greenery all done. Oh good. I wonder if it's from a fear of not knowing what colours or how the shading's going to look. So leaves are, you know, much easier, aren't they? Maybe that's what it is, I suspect. And also where you've got sun details, you can't always see what's leaves and what's, you know, flowers. So just a little bit of depth of colour there. And then I think I've got Orchid Oasis, as I said. So again, I'm just going to do the same thing. Use the dark Orchid Oasis where they've given you the markings. Like so. And then I should go over with the light. Like that. So just light brush strokes I find is the easiest way to do this shading. Like that. And then just going to come in with light Orchid Oasis. And I'm just going to use the brush tip for the most of the area. And then I'm going to use the fine tip for the rest, for the edges. Just because I find I have more control. Like that. So my Class in a Box projects are ready to ship. Thanks to Brenda for being my superstar die cutter. She works very hard helping me. Okay. So there we go, there's that one. You could use another shade of blue as well if you wanted to. You could use boho blue if you wanted a lighter area. And I'm just leaving a little bit of white around the edges. Where they sort of overlap, like so. And I can see a tiny bit of green in there that I've missed. There's the tiniest stalk ever. There we go. Okay, so that's my straightforward, fairly fast colouring in. So now we've got this panel here that I've stuck together. And this is going to go onto there. So I love that, picking up the two colours. And I tend to always put the darker to the left for balance. But it really does work either way, doesn't it? I don't think there's anything in it. But I tend to find, and whether there's some reason for this, I don't know, the darker colour on the left, I don't know why. So let's pop this layer down, grab some glue, and I'm going to stamp the flowers on the inside, but just with the blue. I'm not going to stamp and colour them in. So there's the opening on the left, like so. And then that is going to go on top, and you could pop that up on dimensionals, or you could leave it in flat, entirely up to you. I think I'm going to put some dimensionals on there. I'm going to put excuse me, one in each corner, couple in the middle, and maybe one on each side, just to support it, because it's quite a large area and you don't want it to sort of sink in the middle. Now I'm not here on Thursday this week because I'm out watching a local amateur dramatic society put on 4 one-act plays. So I will be here on Wednesday evening instead. And remember, this is the last week, if you're watching live, this is the last week of celebration where you can get free items when you spend £45 or more. I think I might put a little bit of bling on there. Let me just see what I have to hand. Excuse me. Sorry, just getting out of my excuse me, my coffee and card pack. So I've got these lovely deep blue ones here. I've also got some plain. Let's just see. Just put these blue ones on because they are rather nice. Find my pokey tool. There we go. One and a cat hair. 2 and 3, like so. Hope you can see that okay. And then on the inside I'm going to stamp the smaller one, and let's put this on a bigger block because it's squished on there a little bit. And I've got Orchid Oasis here, so I'm just going to stamp that. I'll just put some scratch paper underneath. So make sure I've got this the right way up. So I had another idea this morning, which, what is the time? I might have a little go at. Just a sample, just to see how it comes out. So I'm going to put this one here, the edge like that. There we go. So that's on the inside. And then you could do that happiest, what's it called? Oh dear. Sending you bunches of birthday wishes for the inside. So it's this Stamping in Blue that gave me the idea. So I'm just going to try something. I will do a proper version if it works, but I just want to show you my thinking. It could be dangerous, couldn't it? Let me just grab a piece of basic white card. And I'm just going to do this in a square formation. So the cards that I cut, so let's cut this 9 centimeters, 9 by 9, like so. So it's going to fit a square card because I want it to look like a tile. So what I'm going to do is score this, and that's useful that it's at 9 because I can score this at 3 and 6. Oh, it wasn't very straight, never mind. It's only my sample. And 3 and 6. So I want it to look like a panel tile. If you can't really see that in this light, maybe not. You will see it shortly. So let's just try this one here. Doesn't really matter which of the stamps I use, but I want to stamp over it, remembering to rotate it as I go along so that I've got different portions of it. And I deliberately scored it before stamping because I want you to see the lines here to make it look like tiles. There, you can just see that here. Let's pop that little corner in there and there. Okay, so I'm not going to colour this in, but what I am going to do is use the same colour of ink and then just bring this in from the outside, so it almost looks like a sort of warm tile. Hope you can see that okay. I'll bring that up, hopefully, like that. And I guess you could do this blending all the way over if you wanted to. There we go. So that has worked as I had it in my mind. It doesn't always work like that. That's sweet. So almost like a sort of Delft look, or and this would be nice with the reverse, so doing it with white embossing powder on boho blue, for example. So I've just used Orchid Oasis because it's to hand, but you could use definitely use a softer blue. Like so. There we go, that worked. Well, I think it did anyway. And that will go onto an Orchid Oasis panel. Just see if I've got one to hand. No, I've got everything else. So remember that Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet and Tahitian Tide are all colours that are retiring from our 2022 to 2024 in colour range. So if you like those colours, and I think Orchid Oasis is probably the most popular, then don't leave it too late to order up cardstock, ink refills, etc. Let's just put that onto a white card. Hopefully I've got one to hand. And notes. I've got envelopes galore, but no card. Right. let's stamp same onto here. Might as well finish this off. So I'm just going to pop this bottom left of our envelope like so, and maybe I'll put it on the back like that. And I just need a card to put it on now. This will do the job, this off cap here. Yes, it will. So let's just take that damaged corner off. So this wants to be 9.9 by 9.9 square. There we go. Let's not cut it though. There we are. So I will add sentiment to this, but it's definitely worked. It's the effect that I wanted. So let's just pop some glue on here. Got a little mark on there. That's probably alright. It's only an offcut and it'll just be my sample. Let's look and see if there's a nice way for that to go. I don't think there's anything in it. Maybe that with the larger piece on the... There's nothing in it, is there? I'm going to put a sentiment over part of it anyway. There we go. There we are. So there's our sample of a tiled card. So we scored it first, and because you want the gaps to show between the stamp set, otherwise I would have scored it afterwards. And then let's just put that corner in there and we're done. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. As I said, I will be back on Wednesday evening. I'll have to think of something else now because I can't do this one again, as I've shown it to you already. There we go. All done and dusted. So I'll find a small sentiment, either a little strip like that. This, I know this is too big, but something just to go in there, just to add my sentiment. So there's your bonus card for today, just to see how that came out, and it worked all right. And then this is our coffee and card design, but I think what I might do is score some of this card up ready so people can do the same at coffee and card. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you have a good week ahead. Obviously, if you're watching on catch up or replay, and we're not even in February 2024, then thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate you joining me and supporting me. Take care everyone. I do hope you have a great week ahead, and bye for now.